What if I told you that creators are making thousands of dollars every single month by selling something that they only had to create once? Yeah, that's the beauty of digital products. Digital products are great because they have a very low overhead cost and they're pretty simple to create, and once you create it once, then it can be somewhat of a passive form of income for you. So today we're talking all about how you can be making more money with digital products. I sat down with Paridhi.
Hi, I'm Paridhi and I'm Passive Income Paridhi on Instagram, and for the last 2 years I've been selling digital products primarily on Instagram and then on Meta, Facebook, primarily all organically on social media.
Who's generated $500,000 in 2 years using digital products and automations. And by the end of this video, we're gonna set you up for success. So let's get into it. You can't sell something that nobody wants. So when you're creating your digital product, make sure that it actually solves a problem for your audience. So when you sit down to plan out what you're actually going to create, I would suggest asking yourself a few questions. What does your audience need? And what are they already searching for? Think about the problems that they have and figure out how your product can solve those problems for them. But also, what do you have expertise in? Or what are you known for? Make sure that you're actually leaning into the strengths that you already have and think about what people come to you for advice on.
With the first product that I created the product that was in demand and a product that I had a little expertise in. So I started with affiliate marketing, and then through that process, I created a lot of resources. A lot of people started asking me, how did you create that? So my first mini course was how to create your profitable ebook in less than 7 days. And then I grew on social media. I was going viral. So I reached my 100K followers in like 3 months. So the next course that I had was how to go viral on social media. So for me, one milestone created another one, and I kept testing demand. So before launching, I would create content around it and see the feedback from people if they're really interested in that kind of product. And that would be my next product.
Once you have a better sense on what your audience needs and what you can offer them, then it's time for some market research. Take a look at what's already out there. I would suggest going over to some of your competitors. What are they creating? What do you like about what they're creating? What do you not like about what they're creating? What unique spin can you put on it that positions your product differently than others in the market? I would also take a look at your comment section and your DMs. Are there specific questions that your audience keeps asking you over and over and over again that you can answer within your product?
Literally every single piece of feedback, every tutorial is based on what my users or my audience wanted. So there was a poll, there was videos around what I'm going to create in the tutorial and what's going to be the name of my course. I let my audience decide that. And that went massively viral. That's where I realized the power of a community. And if you really create something that people want, that was amazing.
And PS, you can also do this with other people in your industry. Go to their comment section, see what people are asking in the comments, and then figure out which of those comments can you answer in your product as well. And then the last part is actually coming up with what format you want your digital product to be in. So for example, an ebook, a guide, a template, a course. There are so many different types of digital products. It really just comes down to what format makes the most sense for the actual content that you're creating, as well as what format do you enjoy. Because if you're someone who doesn't like creating videos, you probably do not want to create a course. You might want to stick with an ebook or a guide or something like that. I also like to go directly to my audience for questions like these. So you can put up an Instagram story that says something like, I'm creating a new product, would you rather see a course or a guide? Or ask them a question like, do you prefer watching videos or do you prefer reading? Just to get a little insight into what your audience wants. This way you can create a product that makes sense for them. Let's talk a little bit about pricing. Most creators will typically start with a lower ticket item. Think like a $27 ebook or maybe like a $47 course. Typically, these lower ticket items are just a little bit easier to sell because they typically require less trust from the buyer. But as you grow and as you get more experience, as you create more products, you can definitely start selling more higher ticket stuff, like maybe a more in-depth course or a full-length program. And I don't really think I need to explain this, but higher ticket products are really awesome because maybe 5 of your lower ticket guides costs about the same amount as one single course sale. So how do you decide how much to price your product? Well, when I talked to Paridhi, she based it on two things: pricing psychology and your own confidence in being able to sell. A good strategy if you're a very beginner is to price low at first, then gather testimonials, and then you can raise your prices or offer higher ticket products. This way you're building a little bit of trust and some social proof before you're asking people to spend hundreds of dollars on something that you're offering.
Price it low and then take it up a notch as you gather testimonials and feedback to improve your product. So I have taken my prices from $27 to $97. I've taken my prices from $48 to $27 if I have to, because that's the experiment I like to run. And then you can, after you have certain data, you can compare, okay, this is the price point that is working best for me, and go for it.
And this strategy of testing out different prices was what allowed Paridhi to actually achieve such amazing results. So once you've created a product that people actually want, now it's time to promote it. When it comes to social media, the key to sales is to create value-first content. It's never ever a good look to feel super salesy right off the bat or consistently bombard people with sales pitches. The way to do it is to provide value, whether through education, entertainment, inspiration, whatever it looks like for you.
While you should promote your business every single day, you cannot just keep promoting your product. And that's where I found a balance between promoting my product and subtly promoting my product. See, I'm a business, I'm going to promote every day. But then there's some piece of content that is direct selling, directly I'm trying to sell my product. But there's some piece of content where I'm trying to create evidence of how amazing my product already is, but I'm not directly selling that product. So very soft selling.
Soft selling mixed with storytelling is huge. Instead of just posting a sales pitch, talk about the story behind why you created the product. And not just why you created the product to help others, but what in your life inspired you to learn these skills that now you're teaching someone else. So for example, maybe give a little glimpse into your transformation, where you were before, then you learned these skills that you're offering to others, and now this is what you look like. That's the kind of content that educates or inspires, but also sells without feeling super salesy. Another really important strategy when it comes to social media is staying consistent. You wanna make sure that you are regularly showing up. This way, your followers turn into fans that then turn into customers. If you're never posting, then your audience has no idea that your product even exists. So while you still wanna have a balance between the sales content and the value first content, you have to be consistently posting, no matter what the content is. There is so much truth to the statement, the more you post, the more you grow, but at the same time, you don't want to burn out either.
There's a huge buzz on social media that you have to post multiple times a day, multiple times a week, just live on social media, and that's not true. When I was a beginner and I had zero, I had no content, no followers, no posts, right? What I did was I kept posting multiple times a day, but multiple formats of content. Instagram was my practice pitch. I was not trying to sell. My intention was to perfect my content game. After 30 days, when I have put out multiple pieces of content in multiple formats, trying new things here and there from social media, I sat down with my analytics and I said, okay, this is the kind of content that works for me and my audience, and then I started doubling down on that. Have some volume so that finally with the data you can decide on the quality. So quantity brings the quality, and that will be my advice for a complete beginner.
Quantity brings the quality. So good.
But after you've practiced it, now practice, okay, what is that sweet spot where you're making the sales or making the revenue that you've expected, and the number of posts that you need to put out. And the second thing I genuinely want to share with the world, that even if you have to post twice or thrice in a day, it is such a privilege to work on your business. It feels so nice to be able to do that, and I think that is the way we need to see it.
One of the other strategies that I love, and Paridhi also swears by when it comes to her digital products, is trial reels. Now, I actually created an entire video on my trial reel strategy, so if you haven't checked that one out yet, I will put it in the description for you. Highly suggest that one as a next watch. But Paridhi actually uses trial reels a little bit differently than I do, and I think it is just genius.
I use trial reels to test my offers before launching. So I would create content which I'm not creating on my main page. So what essentially I'm doing is I'm not confusing my current audience, which is a warm leads pool, like I said, and I'm still promoting my business, so it's still making the revenue while I'm testing a new offer with new content on trial reels and seeing the feedback. So this has worked massively well for me.
So we talked about value first content, staying consistent, and always testing using trial reels. But one other social media strategy that I wanted to share was your call to action. CTAs are really important on any posts that are designed to sell. So whether you're looking to share a freebie or talk about your course or whatever it happens to be, you want a clear action at the end of the post to tell people what to do next. When I asked Paridhi what type of CTA generates the most sales for her, this is what she said.
Auto comments and auto DMs work best because they drive a lot of engagement when it comes to Instagram monetization. So essentially, if you have an auto DM setup or an automation setup that you can deliver the resources to people's DM, it drives engagement because they're commenting on your post and also they're getting the link to purchase. So you don't have to do any of the work. It's all automated and you're getting the engagement plus you're getting the sales because you've been sharing your links to purchase the product.
So how do you actually turn your followers into customers? And more importantly, how do you automate this process so that your digital products are actually passive? Well, Paridhi has perfected this because she uses Manychat to automate her process, which makes the whole thing so much easier. Now, if this is your very first time hearing about Manychat, hi, welcome. I will put a link in the description of a video that walks through exactly what we do in super basic terms, and I'll drop a link to a free trial in the description as well, in case you want to set it up and try it out for yourself. But basically, she sets up a comment automation on some of her posts. So for example, if you comment the word weekend on this post, you're gonna notice that you automatically receive a DM from her that eventually leads you over to her digital product. I'm gonna let her walk you through the exact strategy.
Manychat has replaced all of my funnels. I wanted to create multiple freebies for people as per their questions and demands and the type of content that I'm creating. So if it is Instagram growth, I wanted to share a freebie on growing on Instagram. If it was creating a digital product, I wanted to share a freebie on creating your digital product. So multiple freebies, I had to create multiple landing pages and funnel pages so that I don't miss out on the leads for my email marketing. That is something that I was doing initially. And then Manychat, of course, the savior that it is, it came up with amazing updates. And now what I do is, as soon as you comment a keyword on my video, it will send you a DM asking you if you want that freebie. And it is going to ask you your email address right away in the DMs. And I will share the freebie in the DMs. So everything is happening in my DMs. So this way, I don't miss out on the leads. I don't miss out on the people who abandoned before purchasing, even if it is a sales page that I'm sharing. And I don't have to create multiple funnel pages just to get those leads to enter their emails. So that's how amazing it is. It has reduced my work by 50%.
So to sum it all up, the viewer comments on her reel, they get an automatic DM from her, which captures their email and sends them the link to either a freebie or a product. Automating her sales using Manychat was what really allowed Paridhi to turn her digital products into passive income. So once again, if you haven't tried Manychat yet, you'll find that link in the description for a free trial if you want to check it out for yourself. As a creator or a business owner, your data is your roadmap. If a reel goes viral, create more that are like it. If your freebie is converting like crazy, make similar freebies or promote it more. If nobody's clicking on something, time to try something new. All that to say, I highly suggest testing out different things, just like Paridhi says, but also make sure that you're regularly checking your insights on both Instagram and on Manychat. This way you can see which posts are performing well, as well as which CTAs, which keywords are performing the best for you as well. Now, I don't know about you, but making mistakes has always been the #1 thing that helps me grow the quickest. And when I asked Paridhi about her biggest mistake, Her answer was something that I think a lot of us struggle with, which is shiny object syndrome.
So if I had to point out one mistake that I made when I started selling digital products is shiny object syndrome. First 30 days or first few months are your practice pitch, whether it's content, whether it's product. Once you start seeing the sales, you have certain data in your hand. Look at the product that's working best for you and the content strategy that's working best for you and double down on it. And keep selling it over and over and over again, at least till your first 6 figures. Because the thing is that people who are following you for a certain type of content, for a certain type of product, you are constantly confusing them with multiple products that you're launching. If those products are milestone products, they still make sense, but you're so new to even figure out what content is working for you, what product is working for you, might as well go ahead with the product that is working for you best. Go all in, make your revenue, and then probably start a new product.
Digital products can be such an amazing income source for you, but don't forget that success is not just luck. You really need to have a strategy in place. You need to not be afraid to test out different things, even if it means that you're gonna fail at something. And you're gonna wanna set up automations to make the whole process more seamless.
If you're someone who wants to be profitable faster, do not try to reinvent the wheel. Have a product that's profitable, and create content, master the art of content, and of course have automation do the heavy lifting for you so that you can keep focusing on marketing and keep focusing on improving the product. But absolutely do not try to reinvent the wheel. There's only one rule, that there's no rule. Have fun. At the end of the day, it's social media. You're working on something you're truly passionate about. You want to build a business. Have fun. After having a lot of fun, sit down with your data and see what's working for you, double down on it so you don't burn out and your business also flourishes. That's the honest piece of advice I can give to anyone who's starting out.
You heard her. Have fun, build smart, and don't forget to automate. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure that before you go, you hit the subscribe button down below and that you follow Paridhi for being an amazing guest in this video and sharing all of her expertise. Her links are gonna be in the description. Oh, and while you're here, let me know in the comments which topics you want me to cover next. I mean, your idea might just turn into our next video. So drop it in the comments. Until then, keep creating and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.